science shows getting knee arthroscopy actually makes your knee worse. That's not funny. This is serious.
Wow, that's crazy. Ooh,
It's
crazy.
serious. It's serious.
Okay.
Because we do so many knee scopes.
We do, having said that, we do a lot less than we did 10
Way
years
less.
ago.
Okay.
Probably because of this story.
This deserves some discussion.
Okay.
All right. I'm Dr. Paul Zalzal.
I'm Dr. Brad Weeding. Welcome to Talking with Docs. Stick around to the end where you can find out, is there any role for knee arthroscopy in orthopedics?
Okay, yeah, and listen. Just subscribe to the channel, please. What? It doesn't cost anything. Hit the little subscribe button.
Okay.
Everybody's happy.
So we're talking about the FIDELITY trial out of Finland.
Okay, and this is not new. I mean, if you think, I'll give you a brief history.
Was it comparing knee arthroscopy to sauna?
No, it wasn't comparing knee arthroscopy to sauna.
Okay.
So on the topic of knee arthroscopy, about, I don't know, over 20 years ago, it was common practice to scope just about every arthritic knee that we saw.
When I first started, all the time. Yeah.
Scope these, give it a washout,
Yeah.
give it a clean out, give it a
While
washout.
you're waiting for your total knee sometimes.
Yeah, or to see
do
if you
something.
need, to see if you need
Worth a
total knee.
try.
Then there were some landmark papers that came out that said, hey, look, we did a randomized trial. We looked to see if you scope the knee or left the knee alone. The short-term outcome is no difference. Even the 1 and 2 year outcomes are no different.
But what was unique about that trial, though, is that the group that didn't have a meniscectomy still had the operation.
Yes.
Right?
That's
so
right.
they had what's called a sham operation.
Yes.
So this trial would be hard to get approved nowadays. So this the original trial, it's called the FIDELITY trial.
But there was other trials too that came out in the early 2000s.
Right, where they were not randomized for shams.
They were randomized. They were randomized.
But they didn't have the sham was not the second group.
I can't remember what the second group was. Okay. Anyways, historically we've had these trials that said, look, arthroscopy doesn't work for arthritic knees.
Right.
Fine. So then we fine-tuned arthroscopy over the decades and said we're just going to do it for, we're not going to do it for arthritis. We're not doing this for arthritis. We're doing it for tears in the meniscus.
It's got a very bad knee.
Bad knee.
Maybe the worst knee.
It's got to be doing it for meniscal tears.
Okay.
Just meniscal tears. Then comes the FIDELITY trial.
Right. Okay, I see where.
Right.
Yeah, I just wasn't picking
I
up
was
what you're putting
giving
down
the
there.
history of arthroscopy.
Yes.
We should really rehearse these videos
Yeah.
before we do that.
We don't. So there you go. If you've ever wondered, we don't.
all
Okay,
right.
so tell us about the setup of the trial.
Okay, now the FIDELITY trial
Yes.
now looks at, okay, well, fine. We'll look at knees that aren't arthritic or have very little arthritis, but have these degenerative tears in the meniscus. And we're not talking about people in their 60s, 70s. We're talking about like age, I think it was 35 and over.
35 to 65. I think the average age was 52.
Okay, so 35 to 65.
Inclusion criteria were essentially a normal X-ray,
Normal looking x-ray,
pain,
gotta have pain.
MRI that confirmed a tear,
Well, the MRI is how you see the meniscal tear.
and had exhausted non-operative treatment. So
We tried everything.
typically physiotherapy, anti-inflammatories, ice. I'm not sure if injections were included, but I think they were. Essentially everything not bracing, but you still have pain. Okay, so then you come, you're enrolled in the trial, you've qualified.
Now you're trying, you have arthroscopy
Yep.
before you get randomized.
Right.
Someone looks in your knee and says, oh, look, there's a meniscal tear. That's the inclusion picture. You have a degenerative tear of the meniscus.
Which we knew you had because you had an MRI that showed that.
Yeah, but you kind of got to confirm an arthroscopy.
Okay.
And then while you're having arthroscopy, you get randomized to get a sham, which means you just go through the motions with the instruments, but you don't do anything.
So that you wash the knee out, you cycle a
And
lot
you still
of fluid
move your
through it.
hands around like the instruments, like you're going to do meniscectomy.
Yep.
Or you actually have the meniscectomy where they shave off a bit of the torn meniscus.
Right.
Which is what we do with degenerative tears of the meniscus, because you
Right.
can't repair them because the meniscus doesn't have a good blood supply.
Okay.
A degenerative tear, you just clean off the torn portion.
Okay, so they reported it 1 year, said, hey, looks like the people that had the meniscectomy didn't do better. That's what they found at 1 year.
At 1 year, it looks like it doesn't do better. Well, like a dog with a bone, they hang on to the data and they follow up at 10 years.
Which is a long time to follow someone.
That's a very commendable follow-up.
Were they able to follow everybody?
91% of the people, they still had tenure. I guess people
pretty impressive.
People in Norway don't move
Or in
away.
Finland either.
Was it Finland?
Yeah.
Oh. They don't
Maybe
move.
people in Norway as well, but who knows?
Well, I'm sure there's very similar behaviors. If you're from Norway or Finland, tell us the difference between lifestyles.
91% is really impressive follow-up for a 10-year study.
Okay, and really good. Not a huge study, like under 150 people.
70 in one group, 76 in the other group. I would agree.
Yeah, not a huge study, but still 10 years.
Yep.
Come on.
Okay.
So, at 10 years, what do you think it showed?
The conclusion was that the group that had partial meniscectomy did not do better and maybe actually had more arthritis than the non-meniscectomy group. Those were the two conclusions that were put forward.
I've been saying meniscectomy all these years? You say meniscectomy.
I think you could say both, I think. The C could be silent.
All right, fair. So, sorry, you said the group, there's no difference.
No difference, and maybe more arthritis in the meniscectomy.
Maybe more arthritis in the meniscectomy group.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one it is, actually.
I think both are right.
More arthritis in that group, and that group that had the actual work done with cleaning up the meniscus, they ended up giving a higher rate of converting to another surgery like a high tibial osteotomy or a total knee replacement.
Right. And actually,
statistically significant.
Right. That part is significant. What about if we looked at satisfaction? If you asked the people at 10 years and said,
before satisfaction, if you look at outcome scores, functional outcome scores, like the WOMAT and some other ones, 3 they looked at in total, the group that had the sham procedure did better.
Right. Statistically significant better?
Statistically significant. Okay. Clinically significant in one of the measures, not so clinically significant in 2 of them, but still in one of the measures, clinically significant, statistically significant, better outcome if you didn't touch that meniscus.
Okay, what about satisfaction?
Okay, now is where it gets interesting. If you look at just like asking the patients, hey, or the participants, are you satisfied with having had the scope? Are you happy you had it done? 75% in the meniscus group and 84% in the sham said they were, this isn't a statistically significant difference, but
so essentially it's the same.
75 to 85% of the people said they were happy they had the procedure done.
Right, so both are happy. And then improvement.
Same thing, like 82 to 88% of the people, 82 in the meniscectomy group and 88 in the sham, said they felt improvement after.
So essentially, it's not saying the sham's better, it's saying it's like a non-inferior treatment or non-superior treatment for those 2 measures.
Yeah.
Okay, so the take-home message is anyone with a degenerative meniscal tear should not have a scope. Is that right?
No, you could say that anyone.
No, that's what they're saying. But I think that's not. Yeah, I think that's not the answer.
They're saying don't have a scope because it could be doing harm.
Right. So what would you say?
But the data does also suggest that, hey, but if you do just have a sham procedure, you might feel better.
Right. So the wash may be doing something. That's the first
washing out
thing.
of the knee with the arthroscopy.
So for me, I have a couple of problems with this. So I would agree. I think I've been practicing over 20 years now, and I'd say we definitely scope way less people because we realize that some people, if you need a total knee tomorrow, it's not going to help you. But there are a specific group of people, and they excluded people that had formerly locked knees or bucket handle tears. So fine, we can remove all those people. They weren't included in the study anyway. But the problem for me is that on the MRI, they did not talk about how much arthritis they had on the MRI. So yes, lots of times I'll see an X-ray that looks normal, symptoms consistent with a torn meniscus. I'm like, oh, I might have torn meniscus. Order an MRI.
What are those symptoms?
Well, sharp pain, particularly along the joint line, aggravated with kneeling, squatting, stairs, or even specific maneuvers during the physical exam, locking, catching, giving way. And then, so what they found on the MRI, they didn't comment on about how much arthritis was on the MRI, because often you can have a normal-looking X-ray and either bone marrow edema or fissuring of the cartilage or even significant loss of cartilage in a small area that you can't see on the X-ray. My analogy is that if you look at a donut from the front, like on an X-ray, you can't tell if the center of that donut is full or not. Is it like a chocolate glaze or is it a jelly donut? Whereas you could lose a complete, like full thickness loss of cartilage on the end of your femur, stand up an X-ray, the X-ray looks normal because the rim still keeps those bones apart. So I think this is one of the shortcomings of this study.
So you lost me a donut and I'm starving.
Well, so what I would say is,
I haven't had breakfast
yet. It doesn't mean that every torn meniscus should be scoped, and I don't think that's what they're saying. Certainly, Finland has a socialized healthcare system like Canada, so we are trying to find ways to save money, and that means not doing unnecessary procedures. Right. But what I would say is that if they have exhausted non-operative treatment, if they do have very specific focal pain that seems to be more consistent with a torn meniscus than arthritis, I think it's worth a conversation for sure.
My feeling is arthroscopy doesn't work for degenerative meniscal tears. I don't think it does. I think degenerative meniscal tears are almost always associated with some degree of arthritis. And I think, for me, arthroscopy is good if you've got like a normal knee, otherwise, and you have a sudden injury like a meniscal tear, and you're like a 21-year-old basketball player or something, you twist your knee, and it's not getting better on its own. That, I think, can benefit from an arthroscopy and possible meniscal repair. If you have a piece of the meniscus that's flipped into the knee and your knee is locked, so you can't extend it, it's stuck, that does well with arthroscopy and a meniscectomy. If you have loose bodies in your knee that are floating around and blocking your knee when you try and bend it or straighten it, they're getting stuck, I think arthroscopy is good for that. And if you have somehow developed a septic arthritis, you've got an infection in your knee, not a total knee replacement, just your own knee gets infected, then I think arthroscopy is really good to wash that out. But personally, for degenerative tear of the meniscus, in that age group, I don't think arthroscopy
So if you have a
helps.
40-year-old then, that has a normal x-ray, and an MRI that shows a degenerative tear, and essentially no arthritis, and they've spent 6 months with severe pain, exhausted all non-operative treatment, you would not consider scoping that person. Is that what you're saying? That's what you just said.
What are their symptoms?
Like sharp stabbing pain along the joint line, aggravated with planting and twisting, deep knee bending. You would,
I don't think you would have that.
well,
I think they'd have arthritis.
but they don't. I'm telling you, the MRI shows no arthritis, and the X-ray shows they don't
Yeah,
have
no, in
arthritis.
that case, I think I would do, but I would frame it and consider it as a diagnostic arthroscopy. I'm going to go in and see, is there something else going on?
Right, and they have a degenerative tear.
Yeah, I'd shave that tear down.
Right, and they're probably going to get better. So, like for me, I agree with a lot of what you said, but what I say is, I think it's really individualized. I think,
Yeah, it is
because what are you
totally.
going to tell that person? You say, listen, well, okay, I can't replace your knee because you don't have OA. I mean, you don't have malalignment, so I can't do an osteotomy.
Wouldn't you say that the majority of referrals to your office for degenerative tear
yes.
of the meniscus
100%, but those people don't get scoped.
Yeah.
But I think it's too broad. I think it's saying, well, it's not ever going to work, and I think that's just not true. And I have hundreds of
And I
people
think
that say
that
it
paper
does.
ignored the high satisfaction rate and pain relief rates that the sham or the meniscectomy did. I
Right.
think that number's too high to ignore. 80% of the people had satisfaction after the procedure.
Right,
Placebo is only going to be about 30.
right,
So there's something there to the washout.
right. But you won't do that.
No.
I like it. I love it. So now you know there is a lot of confusion, and it's not cut and dry. It's not a perfect system of assessing your symptoms plus the MRI plus the potential benefits of arthroscopy. I think beware that it might not work. I think that's the first thing. Don't go in and demand this. I think it's a conversation that you can have with your surgeon to find out your goals.
And I do tell people, because you might have some arthritis in your knee, you might feel worse after.
Agreed.
Because arthritic knees hate to be prodded with and scoped and
Yeah.
bothered.
Now you know. Leave a comment
Or you don't.
if you've had arthroscopy and got better, had arthroscopy, didn't get better, or wanted arthroscopy and didn't get it, so you still feel unhappy.
Oh,
Leave a
look at
comment.
that little study of our own.
There you go. We'll run a little poll. And if you like this video, please like it. Subscribe to our channel. Share it with someone that you know is begging their doc for a scope.
We will analyze the results in the comments and get back to you.